and welcome to OCA Image TV and Asia Town Voice. My name is Yin, and here with me today is Chung-fu Chang, working with the Verb Ballet. He is a talented choreographer and dancer who has showcased his work on February 23rd at the Breen Center for Performing Arts. He is also an associate professor at the Colorado State University, and what he's known for is meshing together the Eastern and Western styles of dance, and his works have been shown throughout the world. So, welcome to Cleveland. What do you think so far?
I think it's great. My experience here, working with Verb Ballets, it's wonderful. They have an incredible dancer, as you've seen today during the rehearsal. The only thing is, it's a little bit too cold for me. But, it's okay. Yeah, I used to live here 10 years ago, so, so it's brought me back all the wonderful memory here. By the way, first of all, I want to say Happy New Year, 新年快乐，恭喜发财 to everyone. Thank you.
So, tell us a little bit about working with Verb Ballet. How did this opportunity present itself?
Okay. This is my second year working with Verb Ballets, and my first time here was 2011. So when artistic director Dr. Margaret Carlson asked me to do a story ballet. So I thought it's great, to take this opportunity to promote the story from, Taiwan. So I find a story from Rukai tribe, one of the, tribes in Taiwan. So based on that, story, I create a piece called The Lily, and The Lily was well received last year premiere at the Breen Center, and so Dr. Carlson asked me, to come back to do another piece.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the piece that you'll be performing, or that you've performed on the 23rd of February?
Oh, you mean my solo? Okay. It's a very interesting process for me. First of all, to create this piece, it took me 7 months. Normally I choreograph very fast, but I don't know, why this solo took me, so long. And the thing is, I think it's a very interesting process for me, going through this kind of inner dialogue with myself. What I like to present this solo, what I can bring more true to myself, So, and the solo was inspired by one of the poetry, a poem from back to probably 2,000 years ago. One of the poem I like is very much, it's, let me say in Chinese, 关关雎鸠，在河之洲，窈窕淑女，君子好逑. Basically, this is describe the courtship of the birds, dancing, along the bank, river bank. And so, to me, the dancing is like a writing. So, it's very, I see the dancing as a writing, so I got this idea to create a piece.
Tell us a little bit about some of the places around the world that your works have been showcased. How did you end up traveling, and what's your favorite place so far?
I would say, to be back to my home country is my favorite, place. But I performed in Merida, Mexico 3 times. Yes, and I have performed in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, and New Zealand, in Auckland, and what else? Cyprus, in the Mediterranean, and London. What else? Japan, yes. And so I start to pursue my solo career as a solo dancer. So I start when I lived in Korea, when I was that was 2002, then I just got star, contact people. Then after that, it's all about invitation. People invite me to perform. So
Are you planning to move back to Cleveland anytime?
I'm not sure. I have a full-time job at Colorado. I'm a tenure professor, but I love to come back here. I think Cleveland has a great arts, yeah, and the people I work at here, it's all wonderful people.
So, how does your experience, like, what is your creative process when it comes with incorporating Western and Eastern styles of dance?
Well, it's a very, nature to me because I draw idea from daily life. I don't have a lot of, ambition, and it's a very simple idea. Then I abstract it, filter through, what I don't want it, and just, it's just abstract my idea. Okay. For example, the wind, borrowing the wind. It's a inspired last time when I was here. It's a windy city. Then I abstract the idea and come up with the movement. Then so become a dance. So and the other thing is I think I live in both. Uh, both places, So I spend normally 4 months, 3 to 4 months in Taiwan, and spend rest here. So it's very easy for me to adapt and transform the different culture, and let them merge together. Yeah.
Now, on the internet, there is a preview clip on the Verb Ballet website for your performance, The Lily.
Yeah.
And I believe you did that with Verb Ballet in 2011, am I correct?
Right. I come in choreograph 2011. They premiered last year, February 2012. Yes, right.
But the music and the background track for The Lily is pretty amazing. It's all vocals and no instrumentals.
Yes. And I want to say this, I really appreciate, Dr. Margaret Carrison gave me this opportunity, and I thought it's a great opportunity to introduce the beautiful and colorful culture of Taiwan. So the first opening, the singing, it's from Ru Kai. They sing it in the traditional, their language, and this song basically it's a passed down. I would say at least 500.
Oh, wow.
Today, what you hear is a contemporary version,
Okay.
They have the contemporary composer, for the music. The last song is absolutely beautiful. It's from the other tribe called Pai Wan. And again, this is a beautiful music. The language is, it say, the love is like an evergreen, They wish they can intertwine together forever because, Taiwan is located in a subtropical, so a lot of evergreen, the vents, right. So the song is about this. And again, that song probably for at least 500 ago. Yeah, right, 500 or more.
So one of the next questions that we have for you is, as an Asian dancer in the dance community, did you face any overwhelming difficulties?
Oh, yes. That's I would say a lot. Even though I work at the university, this is a kind of, a lot of, I would say, lack of understanding, And, I mean, I encounter a lot of this, from my student or from my colleague, But I always think it's not my problem, I don't speak perfect American English. It doesn't mean I don't have a knowledge in my field, but this is a very stereotype American think about this way. So, the other thing is. I say, whenever I encounter this, it gave me an opportunity, to learn, how I, become a better person. Yeah.
Now, you had mentioned briefly that you're a Buddhist.
Yes.
Does this help you deal with all the challenges?
I would say, just keep practice. Yeah. Of course, sometimes you get angry at that. Yeah. But, just keep it in mind. It's a life, it's a lot of practice. Practice.
Now, we also heard that you practice yoga.
Yes.
So, how often do you practice yoga?
I would say at my school, when I go back to my normal schedule, almost every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I wake up, I go to my gym, and do cardio exercise for 30 minutes and lifting weight. But I injure my, elbow, so I cannot lift weight too much. Then after that, I do my yoga. So that, and I do cross training because I am not I'm much older than the dancer you see today, right? So I have to do something. It's good for me. And my, as you know, dance is a very physical demand. And so for me right now, at my age, it's just a little bit harder, to do that. Yeah.
So, when you decided to pursue a career in dance, did you have a lot of support from your friends and family? Because
Okay.
it's not a very traditional route for an Asian person to take.
Right, exactly. When I say this, you might feel surprised. Actually, in Taiwan, there are more male dancers compared to United States.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So when I first, started dance, my parents didn't say no. First of all, I got all the scholarship, full scholarship, so I don't need to pay. So of course, my parents.
Definitely.
It's okay. Right.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter, what race or gender, but do you have any words of encouragement for any of the young up and coming dancers of today's dance world?
I always tell my students when they fail the audition, they sometimes they email me. And I always say, to them, I say, honey, don't worry, I have more than 100 rejection later. I can put it on the wall, become a wallpaper. So you are fine. The thing is, yes, I mean, especially for me to come to this country, have my own career and have my own solo a dance career and also as a choreographer, it's not easy. I got a lot of rejection and I got a lot of people look down at me because back to 10 years ago my English is not as good as now, so but I just think it's okay, one fail doesn't mean I don't have a future, so I just keep look forward, right? So, right. And I would encourage, the young dancer, you got to love what you do. You got to have a patience with this kind of art form because it is a very physical demand. And you got to spend a lot of time in a studio, practice and practice. Yeah.
So here we are, Wednesday, before the Saturday, the big opening show with Chung-fu Chang. How do you feel just 3 days before the show?
Wow, this is really get on my nerve. I would say, in terms of my choreography, I am not too worried about it because this is a very professional dance company and the dancers are absolutely gorgeous. And they have a, incredible ballet master, Mr. Richard Dickinson. He is wonderful. He knows how to, shape the piece into what choreographer looking for, for it. So yeah, but I think I'm more worried about my solo. Yeah.
So, what for the people who are going to see your show? What can they expect? Is this more Western or is it more Eastern?
I would say, you mean my solo? Or the entire? I would say, if fusion with the east and west thinless. Okay, yeah. So the piece, the lily, you don't feel it's a it's a break aging movement because there is some ballet influence movement. So I would say it's a piece. Yeah, it doesn't divide whether it's the west or the east. Yes. Thank you. So if you like to get more information about my work and also Verb Ballets, please go to www.verbballets.org. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for doing the interview. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to OCA Image TV and Asia Town Voice Radio.